Yechuan stared blankly at the system notification, unable to believe his own eyes. His rank had risen to apprentice level 7. He had slain the silver-horned boar, and his damage against the nemesis of the swine race had increased by 122%. Then, glancing at the pitifully chipped knife in his hand, he muttered inwardly, wondering how much longer this broken blade could last. At his side, Xianan skipped along curiously. Yechuan, what exactly is your class? Yechuan's eyes turned cold, his reply straightforward and edged with killing intent. A life skill class, pig butcher. Those words left Xianan dumbfounded, her mouth hanging open in disbelief. Impossible! How could a life skill class possibly kill a silver-horned rhinoceros with a single strike? Meanwhile, Yechuan hacked off the beast's horn, thinking it was valuable material. To cover himself, he casually tossed out an excuse. Maybe this rhinoceros was just too old. That's why it died so quickly. Suddenly, Xianan's eyes lit up as she pointed ahead. We're close. The blood moon flower should be right around here. In her mind, she had already believed 70 to 80% of Yechuan's words. He didn't look like someone who was lying. The two of them walked in silence, heading deeper into the forest toward their goal. At the same time, in another part of the forest, Zhao Mingping was leading several students, Xu Lingshuan, Liu Jinglong, and two others, on a real combat exercise. As they walked, he sternly evaluated them. This time's outdoor training. Everyone's performance has been quite good. Liu Jinglong smirked in pride, glancing sideways at Xu Lingshuan, who wore a sullen expression. Zhao Mingping continued to praise them warmly. As expected of the students I value most. But suddenly, his sharp gaze swept the forest. Hold on. Something's moving. Not far away, he spotted two figures and shouted, Who's there? Come out! Yechuan and Xianan froze in their tracks, stepping forward cautiously. When Yechuan saw who it was, his face stiffened. Huh! He recognized them all instantly. Stunned. Why are they here? Meanwhile, Xianan looked blankly around, clearly not recognizing anyone. The moment Liu Jinglong laid eyes on Yechuan, his excitement exploded. Pointing a finger, he shouted, Yechuan? Why are you here? Yechuan scratched his head and replied calmly, I just happened to pass by. But Liu Jinglong ground his teeth in fury. Pass by? Nonsense. How could a pig butcher be out here in the wilderness? You expect us to believe that? He snarled. At that moment, one of the girls in Liu Jinglong's group arched her brow, a mocking smile on her lips. Passing by, huh? If you asked me? She cast a meaningful glance at Xu Lingshuan, who remained silent beside her. You still haven't given up on Xu Lingshuan, have you? That's why you're following us around, clinging like a leech. Her words drew curious stares from the boy nearby, and Xu Lingshuan's expression grew darker. Yechuan was left speechless, eyes wide in disbelief. What the hell? How wild is her imagination? Then Xu Lingshuan furrowed her brows, her pig nose flaring as she called out with obvious irritation, Yechuan. He stayed silent as she continued, I think I made myself very clear last time. Let me repeat it. Ever since the awakening ceremony, we've belonged to two different worlds. Stop pestering me. Yechuan's hands trembled as he clenched them tight. Barely suppressing his anger, Liu Jinglong immediately seized the chance to pile on. Yechuan, you dare show your face in front of me? Perfect. I was just worrying about not being able to find you. His bloodshot eyes flared with killing intent, as though his veins were boiling with rage. A surge of violet energy erupted around him, and the blade in his hand gleamed with a chilling, razor-sharp light. The student beside him gasped, eyes wide, jaw dropping. That blade. That brilliance. Could it be a genuine yellow-grade lower spirit weapon? A true spirit weapon. Zhao Mingping himself was shaken, watching Liu Jinglong radiate such oppressive aura. He couldn't help but sigh inwardly. In just a few short days, this apprentice level 4 brat has already refined a yellow-grade lower spirit weapon, as expected. I wasn't wrong about him. This kid is truly a genius. With this strength, he could fight evenly against an apprentice level 6. At that moment, Xiuling Xuan also released her own legendary level energy. Standing with her hands on her hips, she tilted her chin proudly, eyeing the sharp blade in Liu Jinglong's grasp. Her tone was mocking as she said, "Ye Chuan, I'm warning you, leave Qingqing Academy. This time, I won't step in to save you again." On this side, Xia Nan frowned, clearly displeased. She covered her mouth and whispered to him, "Ye Chuan, do you have some grudge with these people?" Ye Chuan's face darkened. He didn't answer her question. Instead, he asked, "How much is a yellow-grade lower spirit weapon worth?" Xia Nan flushed red, not understanding his intent. Still, she replied with what little she knew, probably several 100,000 at least. But wait, are you even aware of the situation you're in right now? On the other side, Liu Jinglong glared at Ye Chuan, eyes bloodshot, teeth grinding. Last time, this brat had stolen his spotlight. Dragging his blade along the ground, sparks flared up like silver-white fireflies. In his heart, he swore this time, then, with a powerful leap, he sprang into the air. Both hands gripped the hilt, raising the heavy blade overhead before cleaving down with all his strength, straight toward Ye Chuan. His mind screamed, "I must win back my glory. Xiuling Xuan will witness my might." The strike was like thunder splitting the sky. But with shocking ease, Ye Chuan blocked it with nothing more than his chipped butcher's knife, as though it were nothing at all. Zhao Mingping gaped, jaw dropping. Xiuling Xuan and the girl beside her also froze in disbelief. Liu Jinglong gritted his teeth harder, face twisting as though he had stepped in filth. He gathered all his strength, pouring everything into his treasured blade, and struck again. This time, the butcher's knife shattered in two under the weight of his yellow-grade spirit weapon. The broken tip clattered into the ground, quivering. Liu Jinglong's lips curled into a wide grin. At last, he had destroyed his opponent's weapon. His voice roared with triumph. "Ha! What arrogance from a filthy pig butcher! From today onward, you won't even be able to slaughter swine." Zhao Mingping's face sank, sweat dripping down his brow. Ordinary blades are paper before a spirit weapon. Ye Chuan. Why provoke him like this? But Ye Chuan only looked at his broken knife calmly, then tossed it aside with indifference. "To deal with you," he said evenly, "I don't even need a blade." Liu Jinglong froze for a split second, dumbstruck by the audacity of that statement. Then his rage exploded, veins bulging, eyes sharp enough to cut. "What did you say? You still don't submit? Don't blame me for being ruthless." He leapt once more, raising his spirit weapon high. "Then die." But just as the blade was about to descend, Ye Chuan's fist shot out like a meteor, a thunderous impact. The punch slammed straight into Liu Jinglong's stomach, organs churning violently. In the blink of an eye, he was sent flying over 10 meters, tumbling helplessly through the air like a kite with its string cut. He crashed to the ground face first, backside pointing skyward like a roast chicken rump. "Jinglong!" One of his companions cried in panic. Zhao Mingping was so stunned he couldn't even close his mouth. The students rushed to lift Liu Jinglong, trembling with worry. "Are you all right?" Covered in dirt, his face twisted in pain, Liu Jinglong forced out a groan. "And no, I'm fine." Yet in his head he cursed, "Damn it! I can't take this. I'm about to faint. But I must endure." Zhao Mingping narrowed his eyes, gaze probing the boy before him. At last, he called the name solemnly, "Ye Chuan." He stepped in front of the wheezing Liu Jinglong, and continued in disbelief, "Could it be? You've already reached apprentice level 7?